Hey there, sorry about the delay in updating this website. I have had a busy last week or so, but I wanted to catch everybody up to date and go slow through the notebooks so that everybody can see exactly what we've been doing in literacy and social studies in Ms. Tolgeski's class. Unit 1 we started in our literacy unit for perseverance. That is our theme. Our essential question was, how do individuals, real and fictional, use words and actions to demonstrate perseverance? We created the title page for this unit on page 11 in our interactive notebooks. On page 12 we did our unit goal, which is being able to analyze and determine how characters, both real and fictional, use words and actions to demonstrate perseverance. Our lesson go, specifically for on page 12, was, I can cite textual evidence that strongly supports my inferences and analysis of a text. The students reviewed and analyzed this photo and answered these 3 questions on that same page. Then the students created a book foldable that for page 13. They created 4 of them, and this is where we've been summarizing and inferring after we read each chapter in the text. So for example, after we read chapter 1, we can infer that PD is going to be admitted into an insane asylum. I know this because, so there's our citing the text, citing evidence. I know this because the text shares struggles with his family had raising him, and the reason for their travels that day was because of PD. So we just make inferences and basically sum up the text within that chapter, and we're going to do that for each chapter of our novel. Again, this is on page 13 of our interactive notebook. Page 14 of our interactive notebook, we viewed a video on Rick and Dick Hoyt about overcoming challenges, and Rick Hoyt also has cerebral palsy, so they were able to make that connection with our main character of the novel, PD. They answered these 4 questions on page 14. We've been working on a PD word wall, and in our class these words are the ones from chapter 1 through 8. I went through and circled the ones that these students will see on their vocabulary quiz for chapters 1 through 8. Again, this is on page 15. Page 16, we did a skills lesson, and our goal for that lesson was, I can determine the figurative language and quantitative meaning of words and phrases based on how they are used in a text. Students access their prior knowledge by just stating some figurative language that they're familiar with. Then we went into our lesson and they viewed a PowerPoint and took notes on page 17 as new information. I also took the notes with them so that way they would be on target with what they needed to write down. Then they went back over and they took a quiz. In my first and second period block and my 6th and 7th block, they answered the quiz for questions 1 through 5. In my pre-AP block, 4th and 5th period, there was 1 through 15. And then at the end of the lesson, they assessed themselves on a 1, 2, 3. 3 being I'm extremely confident, 2 being I'm somewhat confident, and 1 being I'm not confident. So this is a quick check to see if they're confident using figurative language and identifying it in a text.